Welcome, everyone. I'm Kelly Covert, and this is another edition of At Home with Symphoria. And today I'm here with William Ford Smith, who is a new member of Symphoria as a violist. Welcome, William. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me, Kelly.
Well, we are so excited. We love getting to know new musicians. And by we, I mean everyone who's watching. I get emails all the time saying, it's so nice to get to know the musicians. So why don't you just tell everybody a little bit about you and where you hail from?
Well, I grew up in New York City and I just moved to Syracuse from there. So I'm excited to be here full time now. Uh, it's a cool city. I like it.
Mhm.
I just driving around today. So it's nice.
Yeah. And I think once things start to open up and sort of get back to normal, you'll love it even more. Where did
Yeah.
you do your music studies?
I went to Eastman School of Music for my undergrad, and then I was just in Florida at Lynn University studying with Ralph Fielden. So
Hmm.
that was a great program for just to get better at viola. Yeah. So
Yeah. Well, that's a nice thing. For people who don't know, why don't you tell them what a performance studies degree is?
well, you usually do performance studies after grad school just to get more practice and more playtime in before you like start taking auditions. And he really, and depending on what teacher you have, they can really like set you up in like a good, like get in the right mindset you need to be in for auditions, know how you need to sound and exactly what you need to do. And he really prepared me for that. So
Well, clearly, because
yeah.
you won this audition and you're here with us now. And we're so excited to have you. So, this week we are performing John Williams' greatest hits. And I reached out to you to see if maybe you would like to talk a little bit
Well,
about John Williams. You were like, yes.
yeah, I love John Williams.
What do you tell us what you love about John Williams?
Well, he wrote a viola concerto, as well as, I mean, he has like a bunch of concertos. He has like a
Is
tuba
there
concerto.
wait, pause. Is there a viola joke about that? Like that
No,
he wrote a viola concerto? No.
no,
Okay.
it's a very difficult piece, and because the viola doesn't have too much repertoire
Hmm.
in its wheelhouse, so it's nice having like something else to like play that isn't Bartok or Walton or Hindemith. That's pretty much all we get to really play because there isn't much written for the viola because it's a middle voice instrument, so it's not very soloistic. So it's nice having this John Williams piece, and I got to play it in a master class last summer at Texas Music Festival for a master class, and it was fun. It went well. I only played the first movement, but
Hmm.
people seem to like the piece.
Well, and so, we associate John Williams just with movie music generally, Star Wars and Harry Potter and all of the things. And so I think it might come as a shock to some people that he has also written sort of more traditional forms of music like concertos or sonatas. Did you find that it felt like movie music to you?
Certain parts did, but it's very like out there. Like you can't it's I mean it sounds like music. It's not like so out there that it's like what did I just listen. It's very it's tonal. It has rhythms, but it's difficult and a little crazy. And there's definitely points where it's like, oh, that sounded like Jurassic Park, or like, oh, that was Star Wars maybe? Like, but it happens like so fast that like you can't it's you hear it and it's like, oh, John Williams.
Yeah, well, and I think that it's John Williams writing it, so it's how will it not have a gorgeous melody in there
Yeah.
somewhere, right?
Yeah.
And so, when you're playing, have you played a John Williams concert before?
I don't believe so. I'm trying to think if I've played any John Williams pieces besides the viola concerto. I don't believe so. So I'm excited for it, especially for Jaws. That's going to be fun. I always play
Yes.
Jaws like for fun. It's like it's easy. Everyone knows how that goes.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's one thing to listen to John Williams music because he writes in this way that it's like magical. Like it portrays the feelings so well. And then it's another thing to sit down in the chair and play the part. And
Mm.
everyone knows that I play flute and piccolo, and so we always get all of the flying music, which is
Mm.
like a gazillion notes. But what are the viola parts like? Have you had a chance to take a look yet?
Yeah, it's usually pretty rhythmic and nothing too crazy, but it's not always what you would expect from something it sounds pretty simple, the melodies,
Yes.
but it's not. There's a lot bubbling underneath
Yeah. And I
that
think,
goes unheard.
right, people think, oh, well, it's movie music, it's easy compared to other things that we do, but it's not.
No,
It can be
and
very technical.
it's a little tougher also because people know this music so well. Because I mean, I know it all because like we watch the movies and we can like connect it to a scene from the movie or something. So people like we got to make sure we get it right.
hmm I was talking with Sean O'Loughlin, our principal pops conductor, the other day about this, and he said, after you perform something, like we performed E.T. live with the movie 2 years ago, and he said after he conducted that, and he was like so intimate with that music and like the challenges of conducting it with the live orchestra to coincide with the movie and everything, he went back and watched it, and he was like, you'll never watch those movies the same again.
Mm. Yeah.
So once you play Jaws, you'll have to go back and watch it and see if you
Oh,
feel if you feel differently about it. We are recording this during our rehearsals for our first concert, which is Beethoven, and so we had our first rehearsal yesterday. And I'm wondering how things felt for you with the new setup and just knowing that you're here and you're part of the Symphoria family now. What were some of the feelings you were feeling?
well, at first, because we have all the barriers now between us to keep us all safe, and the mask didn't bother me, but the barriers made it a little harder to hear.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to like really like look up at our principal at Villa and make sure I was like, I mean, it's always good to look up, but like I wasn't even really trying to listen. I was just like making sure I was with her because I know she's gonna be with the concert master. So
Yeah.
if I'm with her, I know she's with him. So then it it all lines up.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Did it feel good to be playing though?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. It,
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the longest I've gone without playing in orchestra because I'm always either in school or subbing with you guys or in Binghamton. So, and
Mm-hmm.
I've never gone with 6, 7 months
Yeah,
without
it's
playing
been
orchestra.
6 months,
Yeah,
almost exactly, I think like 6 months and a week or something
yeah,
like that since we have played together. And I agree. And something that I was thinking of yesterday is I don't know how it's possible, but it's almost like I forgot how much I loved it.
Mhm.
I was sitting there and we were listening, and yes, it was weird and challenging,
Mhm.
but also it was just like this, like, oh, right. This is why we love this so much.
Yeah.
And I
And
wrote a note to myself this morning to remind myself more about the things that I love.
yeah, and you can't get that feeling from like listening to music on the radio or on your iPod or whatever.
hmm
Um, because you don't feel it. Like I kind of hate saying that word, but like it feels different when it's live.
I
Uh,
agree. I agree.
yeah.
And I just, I want to take this moment to remind all of our audience members who are watching that we, of course, want you to be in the hall with us, and we understand why that's not possible right now. But when you sit down at home and you watch us perform on Saturday night, we are performing live for you. Like it is happening in the moment. And we really hope that you will be able to feel that energy of a live concert. So turn up your volume really loud and clap and wear your favorite John Williams costume from a movie if you want. That would be great too. I don't think we're wearing costumes, but we really look forward to performing this. And Willie, I just want to welcome you to our Symphoria family, to the team. And we're
Thank
so excited to have you in our viola section. And we look forward to many, many more concerts to come
you.
with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And for all of you watching, if you don't have your tickets yet for the John Williams Greatest Hits concert, you can visit our website at experiencesymphoria.org. The concert is October 10th. No, it's October 3rd at 7:30 p.m. And like I said, we will be playing live for an empty hall, but full hearts of people that are watching at home. So be sure to join us. Thanks, everyone.